What's up, people? Joe Winko here, your favorite Hawaiian guy, and here's my next episode of Joe Winko Talk. So, what I'm going to be talking about in this video is another kind of morbid and sad topic. Actually, it's really sad, to be honest with you. Now, some of you may have heard of this because it's a pretty old news story. It happened back in 2006. There was this girl named Nikki Catsouras, or as the internet called her nowadays, Porsche girl. And a Porsche is a German sports car, like a really, really high-class German sports car. But Nikki Catsouras, she was a teenage girl who was fresh out of high school. She just graduated high school in 2006. And she was living a really privileged life. She was really rich, and she lived in California with her parents and her family. I think she was the oldest out of all of them, but I'm not exactly sure. She could have been. And this is what happened to her. According to what I read online, she snuck a marijuana cigarette in her house because she was smoking marijuana. And her dad took her keys away, her car keys away for the car she drove, and she got really mad. And she took her parents' sports car and drove it away on Halloween 2006. And it was a Porsche sports car. That's the car she took away. And that was her parents' car, and she wasn't allowed to drive it at all. So her parents called 911. And eventually they found where she was. She had crashed the car into a toll booth going over a cement toll booth. And she was driving down the road at over 100 miles an hour, and she crashed into a cement toll booth, and her car was absolutely totaled, and she died instantly right on the scene. And eventually, what happened next was, because her parents weren't allowed to see her body at all, because she was really mangled up by the car crash. A few days later, pictures of her body leaked out online. And now they're all over the internet of pictures of her at the crash scene and everything, the whole crash scene, and her body in the car and everything. And it's really disturbing. And her parents have been suffering, and been suffering since then, because her dad got an email a week after she died, and the subject was it was a trick. Someone was pulling a prank on him. They said it was a job promotion offer, I think. He opened it up, and it was a picture of his daughter, dead, and written under it was a caption that said, "I'm back, Daddy, LOL." And I think that's really sick. And her parents, they can't even use the internet anymore because they're always afraid that they're going to see that picture again of their daughter, of her mutilated body. And they had to take their children out of school and homeschool them. It's really sad. And also, I remember when I first read about this story years ago, almost all the way back to when it first happened, really. Because how old was I back then? I think I was 11 or 12-ish. No, I was actually 10. Yeah, I was 10 when that happened. But, I went on, my morbid curiosity got the best of me. I typed in her name on Google search, and even nowadays, it's one of the first pictures that show up when you type in Nikki Catsouras on Google image search. Wait, is it? Let me see. Double check. The pictures of her body are one of the first. Hold on. Nikki Catsouras. It's one of the first pictures that show up when you type in her name on oh god, it is. God, it really is the first picture that shows up. It's the first picture that shows up when you type in her name on Google search. And it's really sick. And back then it was too, because I typed in her name on Google search because I don't know why. Well, my morbid curiosity got the best of me, and I wanted to see what those pictures looked like. And I couldn't find it anywhere. And then I did. Then actually I did find it, but I just didn't think that those were the pictures. And then once I found out that those really were the pictures, I was like, oh god, how can something this messed up be on the internet? Well, remember, I was 10 years old back then, so I was pretty stupid. But still, That's really sick. I mean, this is someone's daughter. They shouldn't be remembered this way. That's messed up. And the police officers who leaked her pictures, alright, they were apparently named, alright, 2 Highway Patrol CHP dispatchers, 39-year-old Thomas O'Donnell, I'm not sure if he's still 39, well, no he isn't, I don't know, and 30-year-old Aaron Reach, leaked pictures of the accident scene and Nikki's horrific death onto the internet. That's sick! Now, her family that's gonna follow them for the rest of their life. And they can't even use the internet now because they're scared they'll see that picture again. And people were typing in these crazy comments about her, like calling her a rich bitch and saying that she deserves to be dead and everything. And on the Dr. Phil show, because Dr. Phil actually had an episode with her parents on the show, and people were typing in really sick stuff about their daughter. I mean, they're suffering enough because their daughter's dead, and it's really sad. And here's what she looked like. This isn't one of her pictures from the car. Isn't one of the pictures from the car crash. But here's what she looked like. That was Nikki Catsouras, and her parents really just wanted everyone to remember her like that, because that's what she looked like when she was alive, and that's the way they wanted her remembered. And it's really sad that when you type in her name on Google image search, picture of her mutilated body is the first thing that shows up. And I really don't want anyone to go looking for that at all. That's why I was really hesitant on doing this episode. But my main point of doing this episode was, well, really to remember Nikki Catsouras, pay tribute to her, but also to say that, to out those cops, because it was really sick that they leaked those pictures out. Really sick. What were they thinking of putting those online? But there is another point to this episode too. Now, she was, as I said earlier, what I read online, according to the sources I read online, she snuck a marijuana cigarette into the house, and when they did an autopsy on her, they found cocaine in her system, apparently. And I know this is a really sad story. I feel horrible for Nikki Catsouras that even after death, she's still being taunted online, and she's, immortalized from that horrible picture that leaked out. But, there's also a lesson to be learned from this, too. I mean, it's learned that drugs are bad, and you shouldn't use them at all. It goes back to my one episode of Joe Winko Talk I did about the people who are addicted to crystal meth. How horrible they looked and everything, and what it was doing to them and destroying their bodies. Those drugs really do destroy your body. And they affect your mind, too. And it's just really sad, because it seems like the drugs are what caused all this to happen. Because she snuck the marijuana cigarette into the house, she got mad because they took her car keys away, so then she took her parents' car and drove it out instead. And it's really sad, and I still don't understand why people even do all that stuff, like drugs, marijuana, heroin. Because you see stuff on TV, you see stuff in schools, they always tell you how bad that all is. How bad all that stuff is, and how it, destroys you. It really does. That stuff really does destroy you. Any type of drug, any type of those street drugs will really do destroy you. And it's just really sad that it all came to this. And it is sad. And, well, yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. And so, on a more positive note, I guess, I'm going to be posting my 2007 Sims 2 horror movies that I found saved on a disc in the basement. I'm going to be posting them on YouTube soon. I might have to touch them up a little bit. Or maybe I shouldn't, so you guys can see how they were originally. But I might touch them up just a little bit. I'm not going to be posting all of them, though. The only reason why is because some of the stuff I made back in 2007, my new stuff that's being made, is going to be kind of based off the old stuff I made in 2007, and I don't want to spoil anything at all. And, my new movie, Friday the 13th Part 2, it's on its way, and I've been having a hard time finding more voice actors, but I did manage to contact a few. I've been posting more casting calls, and to be honest with you, the longer your casting call stays up, the less attention it's going to get. That's what I've been noticing. But I've been scouting out a few voice actors on Voice Acting Alliance, listening to a bunch of demo reels and everything, and I contacted a whole bunch of them. Only like a few got back to me so far, but I just contacted all of them last night. So, yeah. So like I have to be a little patient for that, but I'll find someone. Well, some ones who want to help. I already found a whole bunch of voice actors who finished their lines for Friday the 13th Part 2, and thanks so much to you guys. You guys are the best. So, yeah. So make sure to like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and comment and share your thoughts on everything I talked about in this episode. And tell me what you think of this whole situation. I mean, and everything I said. It's really sad, really. Do you agree with me on anything? And also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, and don't forget to like me on Facebook. So, yeah, that's it. Peace out, people.